Good morning, Y11. I'm sorry I'm not there to greet you in person. Unfortunately, these are strange times, and we must start our first few lessons of the academic year online. This term, our classes will look a little different as we're going to learn two topics at the same time. Our single Monday lesson will focus on Elizabethan England, whilst our double Tuesday periods will concentrate on Paper 3, the Weimar Republic and Nazi Germany, the one you can see on your screen. That said, we will jump into today's lesson. First things first, please remember the 5 steps to successful studying at home. 1. Find somewhere quiet to watch this video. 2. Sit at a table or a desk. 3. Turn off all distractions. 4. Have a pen and your old history exercise book or some lined paper to hand. And finally, remember you can always pause the video and rewind whenever you need. So when you return to school, you will be given the attached booklet and a similar booklet for Elizabeth. So first, just to explain where we are focusing on Paper 3. It contributes, as you can see, to 30% of your whole GCSE exam. The Weimar Republic and Nazi Germany exam lasts 1 hour 20 minutes and is broken into 2 sections, Section A and Section B. Section A, as you can see, is worth 16 marks and should be roughly completed in 20 minutes. Section B is worth 32 marks and 4 marks for SPAG and should take roughly 1 hour. The historical skill for this paper being tested is historical interpretations, as you can see, and this will be addressed throughout the booklet. It's also worth knowing that there are 4 units to the Weimar exam, each constituting a booklet. So you will have 4 booklets like this at the end. The first one is Unit 1, the Weimar Republic, which, as you can see here, Unit 1 Weimar Republic is the one we look at today. When we have finished this, we will move on to Unit 2, which is Hitler's rise to power, followed by Unit 3, Nazi control and dictatorship, and finally Unit 4, life in Nazi Germany. Therefore, beginning with Lesson 1, what was the legacy of World War I on Germany? What I would please like you to do is just pause the video now and write the title and date in your exercise book. So World War I was fought between 1914 and 1918. Essentially started by the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand in Sarajevo, the continent and then the world descended into chaos. Fighting existed throughout the globe, with trenches littering Europe's landscape. It is estimated that over 9 million people died as a direct result of the war on all sides, leading it to be one of the most devastating wars in history. By 1918, Germany was sustaining heavy defeats along the Western Front, and many of its allies defeated, and so was in a precarious position. What I first want you to do today is to read the information in this table and categorize the impact of Germany into economic, social, and political effects. As it says here, categorize the effects into economic, social, and political. As you haven't got the booklet in front of you, maybe it is easier if you label some of these boxes. So top left will be number 1. This one could be number 2. This one could be number 3. This one could be number 4, number 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on. That will save you having to write it all out. So if we look at the first box, for example, national income was about 1/3 of what it had been. I would say that that is a clear economic effect. So you could put number 1 equals economic. So therefore, pause the video now and complete the rest of the table as you go economic, social, political. And remember that often some can be more than one. So pause the video now to complete that. I've also moved the table down, so if you pause again, you can complete the bottom row. When you have done this, you should have your whole table mapped out into various effects, economic, social, and political effects. What I would like you to do in your exercise book is answer the question, which was the most important effect and why? Do you believe it was economic, because the Germans were without a working economy to support them to rebuild after the war? Or do you think it could be social, for example, due to the heavy losses to German life? I would like you to have a read maybe of the table and write down 3 lines as to why you believe, why you support that reason as the most important. So pause the video now. So your third task today, I would like you to read this quote by a South African politician called Jan Smuts, who visited Germany in 1918. He wrote, "The motherland of our civilization, Germany, lies in ruins, exhausted by the most terrible struggle in history, with its people broke, starving, despairing from sheer nervous exhaustion, mechanically struggling forward along the paths of anarchy and war." It's quite a visceral quote, it's quite a powerful quote, and it's quite descriptive. What I would like you to please do for your third task is to draw a picture using his quote to represent Germany in this time. What picture does he paint of Germany, and can you recreate it? So pause the video now and have a go at actually drawing the Germany Jan Smuts describes. So a crucial event which occurred in this time period is called the German Revolution. Even the word revolution means change. By 1980, Germany lay in ruins and the people were angry with the government, but also the emperor. As at this time, Germany was run by a man called Kaiser Wilhelm II. Kaiser literally translates as emperor, so Emperor Wilhelm II. What I would like you to now do is please read through this information of the German Revolution, and I'll scroll to the bottom to allow you to kind of pause and read the whole thing. What I would like you to please do is pick out 3 new words that were meant for the new vocabulary box and write it in your book. The 3 words that I, for example, have picked out are armistice, which is down here, abdicate, which is here, and finally Reichstag, which is there. I would like you to pick 3 words, write them in your exercise book, and research and define them. Once you have done that, actually just pause the video now and have a go at that. Starts here. And pause the video here to finish it. Your next task is to write a summary of the German Revolution in your book, but using these key terms. As a challenge, can you do it in 50 words? So this will help you remember what the German Revolution was. So just pause the video now and write a summary of the German Revolution. Remember, you can rewind the video and pause it at any moment to support you with these activities. So in November 1918, a new government was set up in Germany by the leader of the Social Democratic Party, Friedrich Ebert. So often revolutions are characterized by violence, and yet the German Revolution was fairly peaceful. Why do you think this was? What I would like you to do is pause the video now and consider these 2 points. Why many Germans were glad to see the Kaiser gone, and why the armistice would have been popular. So you would have researched this word so you know what it is. So that is your final activity today. But just before you finish, reflect on how you found this method of learning. Did you remember to stop and pause? Did you utilize the rewind option for support on your tasks? So we have to become familiar with online learning, so make sure you use these options as often as possible. After that, thank you, stay safe, and I will hopefully see you soon. Bye-bye.